So, I have been going through some changes and some situations that I want to document. And most of you know, I lost my best friend on my mother's birthday. Excuse my eyes, I'm going back and forth because I'm actually working, but I lost my mom on my birthday. My best friend on my mom's birthday, and I cannot seem to function. My sister, not no in-law, my sister, my my ace, my buddy, my everything you can imagine. I just think about the songs, the song by Houdini, Friends. How many of us have them? Well, I have a group of associates that I deal with. I have an awesome group of three ladies that is virtual, but we went to high school together, and we are down for each other. We are a pet. I can say that for certain. But as far as physically being with somebody or talking to somebody or being there for somebody in their need or anything, I can say that was my sister. She was there for me when she didn't have to be. She was there for me when I wouldn't have been there for me. Can I just say that out of all the friendships and relationships that I've had, my friend, my sister, taught me how to be a true friend. Taught me how to be there for someone. Taught me how to love people unconditionally. Taught me how that just because people can't do for you don't mean they love you any less. And, I just really am at a loss of words because I have no other friends, true sisters like her. I see the clique that I grew up with, but every 10 years, and we bond during that weekend. But as far as truly having a pat of ladies that I know got my back and I got their back, and that's not happening. I'm not seeing it. I'm not exposed to it. And the women that are around me don't love like that. They're not sacrificial like that. Like when I tell you about Nita, and I told her mama this, and I said, Miss Vady, I'm going to tell you, if Nita loved you, she loved you. It was no doubt about it. She was going to be there regardless. She was going to show up regardless. She was going to do what she had to do regardless. She was going to be what you needed regardless. I remember her, telling me how sad she was when her other best friend lost her husband. And, I told her, I said, I got your back. So even though this is not you, that's somebody that you hold in high regard. So I'm going in. I'm going to pray for her like she and I are sisters. Like she and I are buddies. Or she and I are prayer partners. And I just did that because I loved my friend. And my friend loved her friend. So it wasn't hard for me to do that, because I knew what that woman and her husband meant to my friend. So, we are now almost 2 weeks. Friday will be 2 weeks since we've had our last encounter, our last conversation. And in these last 2 weeks, I just been numb. I've just not known what to do. I've just not known how to respond and act and how to go on. I understand people have lost before. Heck, I've had some pretty significant loss before. And the thing is, it's not easy to get over. It's not easy to just wake up and be out of it. It's not easy just to say, okay, get over it. It's not easy. It's not something that you can just do, because the love you have for that person, whether it's your sister, your brother, your aunt, uncle, niece, nephew, grandma, parent, it's just a situation where, this is something that is very hard for me. And when I have to say goodbye to her for the very last time, I'm not sure what that's going to do to me. Because when I tell you, this woman loved and encouraged and stood by me, she loved and encouraged and stood by me regardless, wrong, right, or indifferent. And the best way to describe it is unconditional love. I'm not going to say I was the perfect friend. I'm not going to say she was the perfect friend. But I know one thing. We had unconditional love for each other. We had unconditional love for each other's families. We had unconditional love for each other's situations, and we would do what we can to uplift one another because we knew we needed that. And it's good to be connected to someone who loves the Lord like you do, who reveres the Lord like you do, who is spiritual like you are, so that you can connect on that level, not just sorry YouTube, I do that all the time. Every time I get on my podcast, I always start yawning, and it doesn't matter if I do it early or late. I do the same thing, so I apologize for that. But I will say that she was never farther than a phone call away. She was never farther than than exactly what I needed. And I'm happy to hear that, because I know my friend is with the Lord. I know my friend is with the Lord. I know that she is, safe. She has a new body. She has no more pain. She has no more drama, no more issues in her body. No nothing. She's healed. I mean, we selfishly wanted her healed on this side, but it didn't work out that way. It didn't. It didn't suit what we wanted. It was all about what she needed and what God wanted. And I can, how the song says, put my faith in things that are eternal and hold on to God's hand. I can definitely do that because I know for a fact that my friend loved the Lord and that he loved her. There's no doubt in my mind that he would leave her or forsake her. She is in the arms of the Lord. He said to her, well done, my good and faithful servant. He's saying that to her, and I believe that wholeheartedly. I believe that that there is nothing that is impossible for God. And as I prayed and as she prayed, and we pray for healing. And whether we like it or not, she got her healing. Not the way we want it, but ultimately the way God wanted. And that's all that matters, because there's no more suffering for her. There's no more worried about corona for her. And is nothing that is going to be bothersome to her. She gonna spend all day praising the Lord, worshiping, singing with the angels. That's what her day is about now. You know? And she deserves she deserves that. And she deserves that, and she really deserves the crown because she raised her children to be as best she can with the help of her parents, and and she was amazing. I can't say enough about her. And they asked me, did I okay, that's getting annoying. They asked me, did I want to put something in the obituary? And I just wanted to say, for everybody to know, only thing I wanted to put in the obituary is a picture of her and I, and a note that simply said, thank you for thank you for teaching me how to be a friend, or for always being my friend, and now my forever angel. And that's how I felt. That's how I feel. That's how I know that, she'll be watching over me, and she'll be there to guide me in things, and she'll still be interceding and pleading to the Father concerning me. So I realized that we get so caught up when we are together, and she comes over for special occasions, holidays, and things like that, that we didn't take a lot of pictures. I realized that I didn't have a lot of pictures of her. I had some, but not a lot. So but the ones that I did have, I printed them out at the pharmacy, and I put them on the wall in my office. This is where I spend most of my time. And I wanted to do that to honor her. I got one right here facing me and on the walls. And I just wanted to, be in that state of mind when I come in my office. I get to see her, and I get to remember things we did and things we went through and how we recovered and just, it's hard to sustain a good relationship with someone for as long as we've been together. And I would say that if you have the opportunity to learn or to be around or encounter somebody that is a true friend, hold on to that, because there aren't many true friends out here. I saw a saying that said, stop telling your best friend all your business because her best friend is not your best friend. And, I didn't have that problem. We didn't have those problems. It was some things that I regret not doing for her because me being selfish and not agreeing with her decisions. And when I went over there the weekend that it happened, I had to tell her mom because I had to get it out and say, you know what? I want to tell you this because I never got a chance to tell her. I never told her, why I did this or why I didn't do that. And it wasn't to spite her and it wasn't to be mean to her. It was just for my own selfish reasons. I didn't want to be bothered with that. I didn't want that in my life, and I wasn't going to cheer for something that was toxic for her. So for a good minute we didn't talk, and it was sad, and I just missed my friend. I just missed talking to her, and I just missed her voice, and I just missed her witty personality, and I just missed, all the things that we used to do, and I missed, being able to laugh. She called me shortstop from the very first time we saw each other. And I used to be calling her, hold a minute. Actually, my husband coined that phrase and name for her, hold a minute, because that's how she would tell you, like, she doing something, like, hold a minute. Like, and it would just tickle us to tickle us. Hold a minute. And it wasn't hold, it was hold a minute. And it was so funny, and we laughed about that on many occasions, and that's how we addressed each other. Shortstop and hold a minute. We was peas in the pod, going everywhere, doing everything. Just from shopping to layaways and plays and dinner, and just we did everything. Like, not in the last few years that she's been, going through being sick, but prior to, we just would laugh and just have a real good time. Like, just do us. And I think that's what I'm going to miss. Like, I've been texting the girls because I'm like, I'm gonna miss texting texting my sister and my friend every day. I'm gonna miss being able to hear her voice or get a funny text from her. We would send each other crazy emojis all day long. Even on the day of her death, I'm not sure if I told the story, but we were texting back and forth, and it was my mom's birthday, and we was texting back and forth, and we had a little gap in between the texting, a couple hours. I'm like, she didn't text me back. She wasn't gone, because later, after I thought about that, it was probably maybe 2 hours, 3 hours later, she texted me back, all hearts. And I was just like, this girl, she wait all this time to text me back, and I'm just laughing, and I'm with my mom, so I'm not really paying attention to the text or what have you. So I just put the phone away and kept celebrating with my mom. And